It's the
That
problem with
ocean
knowing all
was
my
not a hot
neighbours.
take.
And they see my new car and it's like, oh, I'm going to go have a look. Mm, I love living here. Right. So we finished number 11 last week.
All righty.
Shall we start on number 12? Who wants to read? Gary, you usually start.
Yeah, I'll start. I'll be happy to. God does not teach. To teach is to imply a lack, which God knows is not there. God is not conflicted. Teaching aims at change, but God created only the changeless. The separation was not a loss of perfection, but a failure in communication. A harsh and strident form of communication arose as the ego's voice. It could not shatter the peace of God, but it could shatter yours. God did not blot it out because to eradicate it would be to attack it. Being questioned, he did not question. He merely gave the answer. His answer is your teacher. Does anyone want to elaborate or any questions on this paragraph?
I think it's beautiful, but it's always the last paragraph in any section just sums it up so beautifully, and it's just, ah,
I know.
I love it.
This is actually quite a beautiful paragraph.
Mm. It's all about communication.
Yeah, this is a whole nother level of communication, I'm thinking.
Mm.
But okay, I have a question. When one gives an answer, isn't that its own form of teaching?
Where in that paragraph is that?
Well, it ends with he merely gave the answer. His answer is your teacher. But then
Okay.
it says does not teach. To teach is to imply a lack, which God knows is not there.
I think how I'm interpreting is he merely gave the answer, which is always oneness. It's always we're not separate. We're not separate from one
Oh,
another. We're not
I
separate from
see.
God. And so
I
the
see.
answer is the Holy Spirit. The teacher
Okay.
is it's that holy instant.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it.
Do we need to
This
record
section,
again?
what's that? What was that,
Do we
Julie?
need to do we need to record again?
I think I am
Oh
recording,
yeah,
am I?
We already did. You did, V.
Okay.
how about
I do.
number 6.1? Who would like to read? The lessons of the Holy Spirit.
I'll do that one.
Yay.
Right. Like any good teacher, the Holy Spirit knows more than you do now, but he teaches only to make you equal with him. You had already taught yourself wrongly, having believed what was not true. You did not believe in your own perfection. Would God teach you that you had made a split mind when he knows your mind only as whole? What God does know is that his communication channels are not open to him, so that he cannot impart his joy and know that his children are wholly joyous. Giving his joy is an ongoing process, not in time, but in eternity. God's extending outward, though not his completeness, is blocked when the sonship does not communicate with him as one. So he thought, my children sleep and I must be awakened. My children sleep and must be awakened.
That's the gospel truth.
That's so funny, Jane. That's what we were all just talking about. As they say, there are no coincidences. But one of you guys mentioned, you not believing in your own perfection.
Yep.
Funny for that to pop up there.
Yes.
I
we do
know,
not-
that's why we're here every Tuesday or I guess Wednesday, right? In your
Yes.
case. Yeah. Beautiful.
Does anyone have any questions on this paragraph?
No, but I think it needs a long digestion.
Yeah. I kind of felt like I misread a bit there. What God does know is that his communication channels are not open to him, so that he cannot impart his joy and know that his children are wholly joyous. So he doesn't know when we're not happy. Is that what it says?
I think it does. I have this this imagination that God just looks down at us and only sees itself in wholeness. It does not even see, it does not see suffering. It does not experience our pain because we're the ones that created the separation with our own minds and our own choices. So it's not God's creation, my suffering. It is my own creation. That's why I find it odd when people are shaking their fist at the sky and saying, why did you do this to me? Or why did you make this happen? I'm like, no one made it happen, but your own mind, your own separated mind. So I just think God just says yes to whatever it is we're contemplating and whatever it is that we desire. If we have the desire, God just says yes. Experience the consequences of it. Lick the stone of what you think is what you want. And realize again, it's just another form of separation and nothing can make you whole or happy except for the love of God. So experience away. Have as much sex as you want, take as much drugs as you want, drink as much as you want until you come back to center and realize that all of it holds nothing for you. Well, I guess I just told my whole life there, didn't I?
And the last phrase, my children sleep and must be awakened. It sums
Yeah.
it all up.
Doesn't it? But that's a beautiful.
The lesson I'm getting from this is that to be like God is to see perfection in everyone.
Yep.
Well,
I
no
have to say this because it is so much the truth, is that the Course in Miracles is so incredibly simplistic. It sounds all complicated, but it's actually not. It always comes back to the exact same conclusion and says it a million times in a million different ways. Stop judging, only see God in all things, regardless of what it appears like in the physical. It is still God manifesting itself through that particular expression. And therefore, it's God experiencing itself. And that's hard for me to wrap my head around, but I really truly believe that our way out of our separated mind is to judge nothing.
And don't you think that the problem we run into is when we take things personally?
Always and forevermore.
And that just is, it just gums up the works.
Mhm.
You're doing this again, you're doing this to me. And it's like, or to you. And it's like, what happens when you get into an argument with someone? The me and the I and the you and the blame. It's like a tennis match.
Yeah. It's a whole thing called the drama triangle, where there's always a victim, there's always a villain, there's always a hero, and there's no way out of it. unless someone steps into the creator triangle and owns that they're the creator of their own reality. That is when you step out of the drama triangle. And that is a whole points. Those are the points of separation in every single leadership training I've ever done, or every single relationship training I've ever done. It is the drama triangle that actually encapsulates people into a prison and will not let them go until they take full ownership and begin to start taking accountability. And this is all the course is asking us to do, is to take accountability for seeing through a unified mind rather than a separated mind. Hard to do. I watch the news and my mind's just going, oh my God. Oh my God, what's happening? And lots of judgment and lots of, well, if this person was like that, none of it's true. I mean, I just think we have to navigate through. I'm trying to navigate through all of this without an attachment to the outcome, because America could very easily lose its democracy in this next upcoming election. I mean, radically lose it. And if that's true, and if that all happens, then at some level of perfection, that is exactly what's supposed to happen, or it wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
And
Thank
that's
you.
how I
I love what you shared, Gary.
Yeah, it's painful for me to say it. And I'm not so sure how consistent I'll be in holding that perspective if that happens, but I will absolutely master it before November.
And I love the bit about the drama triangle, because for me, when I judge anything with my mind, not outwardly, just inwardly, I've put myself in the drama triangle unconsciously, thinking I'm just discerning it, judging it, you know, how can I change it? But I've already made myself part of the drama triangle with the other person and any other people that might be connected to that. And so I love the sentence, like any good teacher, the Holy Spirit knows more than I do. So infinite intelligence. And then this communication piece. His completeness is blocked when the sonship does not communicate with him as one. And so when I put myself in that drama triangle, I'm no longer communicating with the Holy Spirit that has more infinite intelligence than me to take a different action.
I love this one line by Byron Katie. And she would say, if it is occurring, it's God's will. If it's occurring, it's perfect. And, the whole question is, the judgment you have, can you actually know that judgment is real and true? Can you absolutely know, at our perspective of a separated mind, that what is occurring is wrong? Or can it be as well to create dynamic tension between individuals and bring more unification after a time of despair? Highly possible. We don't know. But the bottom line that she would say is, if it is happening, it's perfect and it's God's will, or it wouldn't be happening.
Gosh, I had an experience of that just tonight, actually, because I have a neighbour that can be incredibly wonderful and incredibly antagonistic. And it's like she's oppositional. No matter what you say, whatever experience you've had in your life, she knows better, And I had that, went to dinner with her tonight, and it just went on. And whatever I would add to the conversation, she would just slander. And I thought, and in the past, I've got so shitty with it, because to me, it was almost an attack on me and my knowledge. And then tonight, I just saw it so clearly. And I thought, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I mean, I know from my experience what I've done, which she hasn't done, and it doesn't matter. Let her think that. And so for once in my life, I just let go and thought, I'm just not going there anymore. I'm just going to smile and nod or whatever, and, and just let it be. Yeah, I don't know
I
whether
very
that
wise
was the
of you
right
to do
thing.
it.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know
that's
whether that, yeah. But in the past, I've gone home so angry and so frustrated that, and insulted that she always has to, oppose or slander whatever you say. And I thought, I really don't care, because the truth is the truth. So it really doesn't matter. And just let it be. Yeah.
V. You
And
want to
that was
read
a
on?
big,
What's that?
me?
No, V
Yes.
I've
or Julie, you
I've
want to
read
read?
number 1. Who wants to read number 2? I'll just move it up a bit too, if I can. Here we go. Number 2. Oops.
There you go.
Who wants
I'm
to
Jules, you
read?
want
happy to read. Yeah, I'll read. Yeah. How can you wake children in a more kindly way than by a gentle voice that will not frighten them, but will merely remind them that the night is over and the light has come? You do not inform them that the nightmare and that frightens them so badly are not real. Sorry, nightmares that frighten them so badly are not real, because children believe in magic. You merely reassure them that they are safe now. Then you train them to recognize the difference between sleeping and waking. So they will understand they need not be afraid of dreams. And so when bad dreams come, they will themselves call on the light to dispel them.
Hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm, it is.
I'm writing that down.
It's gorgeous.
Do we need any breakdown on this one? Or shall we go on to the next?
I think it's beautiful.
Mm. No, all good. Who wants to read the
All
next
good.
one?
I will.
Go for it,
Go,
Jane.
Jane.
A wise teacher teaches through approach, not avoidance. He does not emphasize what you must avoid to escape from harm, but what you need to learn to have joy. Consider the fear and confusion a child would experience if he were told, "Do not do this because it will hurt you and make you unsafe. But if you do that instead, you will escape from harm and be safe, and then you will not be afraid." It is surely better to use only 3 words. Don't, or I'm sorry, do only that. This simple statement is perfectly clear, easily understood, and very easily remembered. Do only that.
Can I share how I'm experiencing that? It kind of feels like it's for me and where I'm at right now with the course, that the only thing that I really have to do is I really have to stop judging, and I really require that I look at everything as the same manifestation of God, regardless of what form it takes. And if I choose to see through oneness only, that is the only thing that the Course has ever asked us truly to do, is if see through the eyes of the Holy Spirit and to live in the holy instant when there's no difference between myself and my biggest mirror of judgment right now will be Donald Trump and Republicans. That I look only through that lens of oneness, at oneness.
Beautiful, yeah. Well, it sort of reminds me of the if someone were to be in your face and keep saying, you do not see pink elephants, you do not see pink elephants. And they kept
Mm.
saying it. Well, what are you going to see?
Pink elephants.
Yeah. So do only that. I'm gonna get a bumper sticker with that one.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Or
And write it on my bathroom mirror.
I wrote on mine, I am the king of my kingdom.
Nice.
Love it. Because you are.
And
Unless Robert steps in.
no, he'd let me be the king of my own kingdom.
Oh,
He
that's
knows
beautiful.
you're going to rebel against it.
Oh,
I think it's beautiful because it allows choice and not dictating or putting your own fears into whatever the situation is, whatever it might be.
Mm.
And that simple do only that. And I thought, what? And that came along, I thought, yeah.
It's so true. And how many experiences? I mean, when I'm reading this, it's the first thing I'm thinking of is when I went diving once and they trying to get back on the boat with this thing that weighs almost as much as me on my back and the tank. And she's saying, don't put your hands there, don't put your hands there, don't put your hands there. So it's
Yeah.
like, where do I put my hands? Where she said, don't put my hands. And I injured my finger. And I got out and I said, but you didn't tell me where to put my hands.
Yeah.
So what do you focus on? You focus on what she's saying not to do.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
almost like, and that's, as you know, whether you say it is or isn't, is the same thing. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like it don't is meaningless, really. Yeah.
Who would like to read number 4? Callie or Joey or Tana?
I'm happy to
Don't
read.
go for it.
So
Yeah.
the Holy Spirit never itemizes errors because he does not frighten children. And those who lack wisdom are children. Yet he always answers their call, and his dependability makes them more certain. Children do confuse fantasy and reality, and they are frightened because they do not recognize the difference. The Holy Spirit makes no distinction among dreams. He merely shines them away. His light is always the call to awaken, whatever you have been dreaming. Nothing lasting lies in dreams. And the Holy Spirit, shining with the light from God himself, speaks only for what lasts forever.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
You think if the world had the Course in Miracles once a week, it would just change everything?
Absolutely.
Hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, Marianne Williamson has tried bringing the Course in
Oh, I
Miracles
know.
and stuff, but she's not the one to do it.
No, no.
We all are the one to do it. We all need to do it in our own little way by practicing
agree.
it. Yeah. And I've had that happen to me over the years. People have noticed a change in me and they want to know what I've done. And I think that's all we can do is focus on how we show up.
Yeah, and
Learn-
stop saying that we got a new haircut. Oh, it's just I changed my hair. It's like, no, you didn't. It's much deeper than that.
Yeah. Actually, people don't notice my haircuts, but they'll notice it's like, oh, you're glowing today. What's happened? Which is quite lovely. They'll have to think about, I don't know, what's different.
And then if you say something like, well, I'm in love. Oh, really? With who? Myself. The holy instant.
They will
Oh,
not
well.
get it, I'm afraid.
People are asking me when I am going to get a haircut. Oh,
Okay.
That's the last paragraph of this section.
yes.
Let's go
Yeah.
to give all to all. I love that.
Nice. I'll move that up a little bit. There we go. Who wants to read now? Who hasn't read?
Joey, you want to read, or Callie? Or
I
Linda?
can read, but which one is it?
Oh, so
Is
it's
it the
number
T6? Sorry.
VA1.
Yeah, please.
It's straight
VA.
after I have given give all to all.
When your body and your ego and your dreams are gone, you will know that you will last forever. Perhaps you think this is accomplished through death, but nothing is accomplished through death because death is nothing. Everything is accomplished through life, and life is of the mind and in the body. The body neither lives nor dies because it cannot contain you who are life. If we share the same mind, you can overcome death because I did. Death is an attempt to resolve conflict by not deciding at all. Like any other impossible solution the ego attempts, it will not work.
That's a bit cryptic for me.
Yeah, that last sentence, death
Yeah.
is an attempt to resolve conflict
Yeah.
by not deciding at all. I don't know what that means by not
Mm.
deciding. I get that death is an attempt to resolve conflict.
Do you?
Yeah, by not deciding at all.
For me, this really hits hard with my old suicidal days because in the mindset of every choice you choose is the wrong choice, everything you do is wrong, like taking in all of that from every direction. Like for me, that totally makes sense with that whole, I'll just end this conflict by ending this body.
Mm.
Mhm.
Then it says by not deciding at all. And that's what I'm
Puzzled
wondering,
by. Mm.
what does that mean? Because, if you were in a really troubled state and you wanted to commit suicide and you succeeded at doing that, you would have decided to do that. But death is an attempt to resolve conflict by not deciding at all.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
So
actually.
I'm
Does
taking
anybody
that
else?
as, say, here's the situation. I'm battling for my boundaries. I'm battling against somebody pushing to break my boundaries. And instead of trying to work through that, the choice is a different decision altogether. So instead of choosing A or B, you go over here and choose Z to totally avoid that conflict.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I get what Joe's saying, because I see that it's talking the body neither lives nor dies because it cannot contain you who are life. So we are alive whether we're dead or alive, whether we're physically here in form or not. we are still alive. So we can overcome death because Jesus did. He ascended and came back and rose again. And so death is an attempt, like Joe was saying, to avoid choosing that one, that ascended truth.
Mm. So it's an avoidance. That's yeah, avoidance of making the choice by just stepping out and choosing Z. Does that kind of sum it up, Joe?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
any other
ultimately-
impossible solution.
Mm.
So it's an impossible solution.
Well, maybe it'll become clearer. You want to read one more and then we'll, or maybe it's too late. I
Oh
don't know.
gosh,
All right.
squeeze one in.
We
I'll,
have
I'll go.
5.5 minutes.
Joe, you
Yes,
want to
Joe.
read it?
I will do my best to read quickly. God did not make the body because it is destructible and therefore not of the kingdom. The body is the symbol of what you think you are. It is clearly a separation device and therefore does not exist. The Holy Spirit, as always, takes what you have and translates it into a learning device. Again, as always, he reinterprets what the ego uses as an argument for separation into a demonstration against it. If the mind can heal the body, but the body cannot heal the mind, then the mind must be stronger than the body. Every miracle demonstrates this. Wow.
That was a good one. Thanks, Joe.
I love the line that says, the Holy Spirit, as always, takes what you have made and translates it into a learning device.
That sounds like what Jane was talking about earlier. What is the learning?
So true. The body's always trying to tell us what's going on if we're not paying attention.
I love that one line says, the body is the symbol of what you think you are. It is clearly a separation device, therefore does not exist. Does anyone have any questions on that or any more comments you'd like to make?
Even when it's so hard for humans to kind of heal ourselves so much of the time, but when you look at animals, I mean, my cats can go through, you know, they'll have weepy eyes or something will happen and they rest and it goes. And animals do this all the time. It was like that gorilla that healed itself as well. It had injured in a fight and I can't remember, they were observing it somewhere, and it used plants to heal itself. It knows what to do. And as humans, we've just got so confused. It's really so simple. Nature can show us the way.
Yeah.
But I find that last
Mine's the
sentence.
wrong way. I'm
find that
sorry. Go
last-
ahead, Julie.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I find that last, well, second to last, the last sentence. If the mind can heal the body, but the body cannot heal the mind, then the mind must be stronger than the body. Every miracle demonstrates this. I'm a bit confused with this one. The mind can heal the body.
In other paragraphs, Julie, earlier, the mind they classed was the kingdom of heaven.
Oh, okay.
linked
Oh, really?
to the mind. I probably just didn't do that justice in how I said it, but it was linked.
Well, no, I don't think that was that at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jane, do you have anything you wanted to share?
No, just that what Callie just said, it certainly
So the
makes
mind-
sense though.
So the mind represents spirit.
No.
No,
The kingdom, the kingdom of
the
heaven.
kingdom.
You know, we use our other part of our mind, as Gary and Vino, reptilian part,
Yeah.
ego
Mhm.
mind, but the real mind, the true mind, is the kingdom of heaven.
Okay. No, I don't know that
Connected.
really. I don't know that.
It was in other paragraphs, probably
Yeah,
2 weeks
probably.
ago.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, the body's just, it's like the car we're driving,
Yes, yes.
the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the vehicle to receive the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Well, I think we're just about straight up at 1 hour.
Yes.
So
Yes. I'll stop sharing so we
probably
can see
There we
each
go.
other and work out what we're gonna practice for the week. I've got mine.
got mine.
Who's gonna go
You go.
first? Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
Mine actually came from the last bit there. The body is the symbol of what you think you are. How can I love me more?
Nice. Mine is, when bad dreams come, I will call on the light to dispel them.
Very
Lovely.
nice.
Beautiful.
Mine is, I don't need to fix or heal or protect God in another person because it's already perfect as
Beautiful.
God.
Thank you. Julie, you got yours?
Yes, I have. The Holy Spirit, shining with light from God Himself, speaks only for what lasts forever.
Joe?
Was that Jane or Joe?
So
I'm ready. Giving his joy is an ongoing process.
Beautiful.
Janaya,
Jane, are you
or
ready?
The Holy Spirit, to the Holy Spirit, there is no order of difficulty in miracles.
Nice. Tanaya?
I love it's so relevant today if the mind about the mind healing the body, but the body not healing the mind. I thought of a quote that the body is the unconscious mind and the body never lies. So yeah, that's mine that I'm going to sit with.
Mm,
all right.
beautiful.
Linda,
not
do you
sure.
have Linda, do you
Hello.
have one that you want to share? She may not be there.
No, she's probably busy working with tools in her hands. And those
Probably.
awesome studies on.
Okay. Okay, our tasks are before us. When bad
Yes.
dreams come, I will dispel them with light.
Beautiful. Thanks, everybody.
I'm here.
Thanks, everybody.
See you
Have a
all
great
next-
night.
Linda's here.
Oh, Linda,
Linda?
do you
Sorry,
have a
my-
statement
my glove-
you want to live by?
And then click mute. So mine today is be different, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That you are, darling, and we just approve of you right, left, and center.
Oh, bless. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank
Okay,
you.
everybody.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.